Hades is a nice game. Okay. Umber March, did you not like Hades? Oh, you did. I didn't say, oh, good riddance. I didn't know what that was about. I was like, oh, Ara is made by the same developer. Oh, okay, great. Is it what style of a game is it? Is it an RPG? Oh, it's also the same composer? Oh, even better. Now, let me ask you guys a quick question. Do in your experience as gamers, and it would make sense if you said yes, but do companies have tendency to stay with the same stable of composers as they may gaming physics designers and stuff like that? Or, you know, that's probably a pretty dumb question, because once you get really good at something, or you do a really successful game, you know, a lot of people are reaching out, but it's almost like once you find that relationship that you work well with somebody, you stick with it. However, at least I know in the Hollywood machine, the major production companies down to the indies, they may have in the sense of composers that they like, but truth be told, it's really going to be up to the director, because it's fulfilling a complete creative journey. So I'm assuming that could probably come into play with video games, that whoever the lead dev is, or whatever the case is, might have. Well, for instance, one of my favorite composers through this gaming journey is Austin Wintory, and it sounds like he's got a really good relationship with that. What's it called? Big Squid Lips or something like that, the name of the software company, something of that nature. And they've got a really good relationship, and he's on a lot of their work, and I can hardly wait for that new game coming out. But yeah, I don't know. I was just asking. Comes where you guys use full-time employees. Oh, full-time employees of the company. Wow, that's a little trippy. So that means that they're like getting a salary just to knock out music without getting. Ooh, I got to peel that layer back at some point. Talk to a composer about that. Nayate. You know, about actually sitting down and being paid, like, let's say, a salary. I guess it wouldn't be a bad thing if you're making 80 to 100,000 a year plus, you know. What's the trip? Well, I've also learned something very unique but not surprising, that because there's so many incredibly creative individuals out there, that sometimes the dev is also the composer. I've done a couple of listens to music, and where people have said, "Oh, dude, not only is he the composer, but he's also the dev." You know, Cat Dad from Another World. I guess you're right. Nothing would be bad if you're making 100K a year, and especially if you could do it in your surf shorts and at home and just send in files. But I don't know if that world exists. There were libraries when I was doing a lot of music compositions in libraries in the late 1900s. There were 3 or 4 libraries in Hollywood that I knew of where they actually had staff composers, where the composers were there, show up 8 hours a day, sometimes be there 20 hours depending on what they're working on, and their job would be to write music. They get paid pretty good. I mean, you know, but they would lose their publishing and probably only keep a percentage of the writers. So, you know, that's the thing about the music industry from top to bottom. And I'm going to lean into the gaming industry. There's zero regulations. There's no base pay rate, or, you know, things that I think unions in Hollywood and what they're all, you know, trying to work through right now. It's very unregulated. So it's really going to be up again, you know, with the dev and the composer making the deal. I like to watch Marty O'Donnell. Marty O'Donnell, when he goes in and out, you know, through some of his things that he's experienced in his journey as being a composer, Halo, Bungie, that whole thing. I do at times still go, well, that unregulated shit seems to be well and alive in the gaming world, but, you know, anyhow, I'm just saying. All right, guys, let's do this. Once again, this is from Kesame. I don't think you're here, but we are doing your track from the game Hades. Thank you so much for your generous donation. And yeah, we're on this. This track is called Good Riddance. Oh, Umber March, that's why you said Good Riddance. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The older I get, the better I was. Let's do this. All right. Sorry, I forgot to turn it off. I love the flowiness of her voice, and this and her slight implementation of her vibrato. Very mellow. She's lulling. This whole performance is very lulling. I got a question for you guys. For the life of me, I don't know if this is one of those guitars. I don't know the style that has like the metal circle in the middle. It's a specialized kind of guitar. It's still a guitar, but it's made in a way where it's got like the steel plate thing in the middle, and it sounds like that's it. And because I was going, is that capoed, or why am I hearing the resonance like that? But if you guys remember what that guitar is, pop it down here in the comments, because I think that's what we're hearing. No, it's not a banjo. I mean, anything's possible, but beautiful track. I mean, truthfully said, I can't remember the last track I listened to that only had a voice and an instrument. And I think at this point, yeah, it's some kind of a steel guitar. Somebody had mentioned up a little higher that there was maybe a Turkish instrument called a baglama or something. Very possible. Resonator, thank you. That's what I was thinking, though. Resonator guitar, yes. Vernichen and Doc Doom. I was thinking of the Resonator style. But you know, because I don't have that kind of knowledge, that's just what came to mind. But apparently it's some kind of Turkish instrument. And I loved the fact that it had such an organic sound to it, if you know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm so used to guitars of so many different times, and when I hear something have odd shapes and it puts out and the air moves away from the body cavity of the instrument, you know, depending on the wood and the style and the strings and stuff. At first, I thought it was capoed because I couldn't quite figure it out. Because some of the things that I kind of vacillate towards when I'm listening to instruments, and I've said this before, is the dynamics of the humanity in performing that instrument. You know, a little buzzy maybe of the fret, or maybe a little bit of breath when you're playing a flute, or the clapping of the valves if you're, you know, playing clarinet and stuff like that. Some of those things are the things that I lean in on. This had a very unique sound to it. And I think just also by saying that too, I think flute and guitar instruments have gone through so many incredible iterations in the culture of our species, the existence of our species. How many different flutes and wind instruments are there? And then how many different string instruments are there? Which I'm also including the harp, the piano, and all that sort of stuff. Just incredible iterations. That at some point somebody must have like been on a march 3,000 years ago, and they come across a culture and go, "Whoa, dude, check this out! They're playing this thing that looks like this, and it's made out of this, and the creator said they're using this for strings. Well, we don't have that here, but we've got this kind of wood, and we've got this, and we can use that same technique, and then this is our version of it, you know?" I can imagine that's kind of my drunken history version of what it might have been like, but I can only imagine how, you know, the growth of an instrument like that may have been. You know, it started here, very much like here in Hawaii with the ukulele, you know, coming from Portugal. It was a smaller guitar, but then it was made smaller, and you know, it made some changes and stuff as it became the ukulele here in Hawaii. It was a more current iteration of the last couple hundred years. But yeah, let that. I'm just saying, it is a percussive instrument. No, it is. Piano is considered a percussive instrument, but I think, though I did misstate it, and you're right about that, I think I was also thinking of the iteration of the piano as a stringed instrument that grew from, you know, the very first essence of it to something else, to something else, to something else, to something else. So my brain got kafugied. So, Lavta, that could be another one too. Let me look. I'm catching up. Okay. So the next one is Nanton. Are you still here with us? I hope so, because I have one coming for your request on Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, VIII. Which would be Final Fantasy VIII. There you are. Thank you again for your donation and your support for the Maui food bank. No, this looks like 8. No, I'm sorry. Wait, no, now I'm all confused. V123 8. That's what it is. Hala. It's called Blue Fields. Would it? Oh no. I'm a mess. Is that what V8 would be? V8 like it's a V8? Oh, jeez. I suck. I don't know. Yeah, I should have stayed in high school. I was on the Jeff Spicoli program in high school. That's the only reason I don't remember it and never got out of it. All right, Blue Fields from Final Fantasy. Ocho. There we go. Okay, here we go. Nanton, thank you again for your generous donation. And I have a funny feeling I'm in for a real journey here. In the weirdest way, I've become such a unique fan of Mr. Nobu Uematsu. He's just really fun to listen to. I'm like mad scientist off at work. Here we go. All right. like that. You know, yeah, somebody put down here exactly what I was thinking about, which was, you know, the counterpoint in this is so defined. It's defined too because it's a laid back piece. It's not, you know, a giant orchestral piece with these giant sections that are blazing right now. And I'll turn down the volume on my thing, keep banging on me like that. And so by virtue of that, each one of his arrangements are really sticking out. One of the things he did at the very beginning where I went, ooh, I like that, was the fact that he ran up a scale, starting, it sounded like it went from bassoon to English horn to clarinet to like oboe in this big intervallic kind of, like he went ahead and reassigned at each strong point of that of the reed instrument. So it really did a very unique vibe for me, and how it crossed over and stuff. The very, you know, boom, 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 boom. It sounds like everything here is digitally performed. The other reason for that is that there's a couple of telltale signs in some of the reed instruments with the vibratos and stuff. But irregardless of that, that boom, 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 you know, the double bass pizzicato is very warm and fat. So that really takes care of the bottom end. So there's a lot of these unique little crawly things that are happening on top. I'm going to continue this. And where in the game is this particular track performed? Oops. There it is again. Oh, you're running around the world? Okay. Has a little bit of a Sting arrangement, you know, Police, Sting, and like this One Sumner's Tale kind of project. Okay, so it's looping. I loved it. It's so, if this is, it plays well for me now, especially when you said it was kind of like when you're running around the world and just kind of searching and looking for things, because it has that. It has that very lighthearted, like, what's under this rock? What could be behind this? How about if we look over here? Oh, that's not it. You know, that kind of vibe. You know, but nomadic or by yourself. That's what it felt like. I don't know if the character, the lead character in the game who's going through around the world may have a partner with them. Kind of like, you know how Final Fantasy VII, you know, you have the little guy and the little girl and the big guy with the big muscles always kind of with you. But it did feel very nomadic and very like on mushrooms kind of a vibe. Yeah, exactly. Thoughtnomic. Very much traveling, very much treasure hunting or looking for, or kind of inquisitive traveling. Like, what's over here? Oh, that's, oh, I stepped in shit. Oh, something like that. I don't know. But that was great, man. Thank you, Nanton. I appreciate that. I'm becoming, like I said, I'm just becoming more and more of a fan of Nobu Uematsu. And I think, too, because he's been around since The Last Supper. And I mean, when it comes to scoring games and stuff like that, and it's just incredible to listen to a body of work of an individual, of a composer, so I don't know. That's just my thing. Next up, N45-800. How are you? Are you here? No, thank you, Nanton. I appreciate it. Nobu has a heavy metal band? No. Boo? Really, seriously, what's the name of that band? Hey, N45-800, how are you? Glad to have you come back and stuff, as well as coming back. What's it called? The Black Megs? Cleaning up around the house and listening in. It's a prog rock metal group. I gotta definitely look that up then. Wow, Black. Is it Maggie's? Maggie's? Is the A in that pronounced? Before it was Earthbound Papas. Oh, like magician. Okay, got it. Mudgy. Got it. Okay. Oh, like sage. Mage. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes you got to paint that stuff out for me. All right. It has been already done. Could you switch my last donation? Okay. Well, N45-800. Key of the Twilight. What is that from a game? Let's see what that is. Is it the one earliest 2000 anime? Okay. Maya Geebz. So would it be the first one, my friend? Oh, is it actually a song? Okay, should be the same. So I take it though this is a song though. It's not a composition. That's from what I understand. Anime seems to be a lot more song oriented in their music compositions. Oh, it's raid for originally for the anime. Okay. All right then. N45-800. Thank you so much again for your donation, coming back, hanging out, and having a blast with me. So this is for you. This is Key of the Twilight. All right.
Tell
super, super cool, unique blend of what I would call an evolving soft woman's choral patch. So that pad, that airy pad that's being played in the back, has kind of an ooh to it. You know, composers, musicians nowadays, they know when they go through their menus, you can have choral sounds that says M's like mms or oohs or ahs and stuff, or las and stuff. Sounds like this one has a very evolving and kind of choral chorusing as an effect. So when the other vocals that are being performed sit on top of it, it is a really super, super cool, unique, spacey, ethereal vibe to it. And there's also another layer of choral composition behind it. So it's a beautiful blend of techniques there. That bass sounds like it was generated from a Mini Moog in 1977 or something. But I like it. It's very squishy. So the bass and the percussion kind of reminded me of very early, sounds and stuff. But that choral arrangement was great, and the vocals that are being done there are fantastic. Nice answer back in the choral arrangement there. Very pretty harmonies there. Nice little change up there. I'm not ignoring the guitar, I just was waiting for it to come alive here. I wanted to stop it here because at the very beginning when the guitar came in, I thought automatically, I said, sounds like it could be just a digital guitar because a little bit of the finger picking was just something felt weird. And then as it went on, I was like going, this is pretty cool, regardless of whatever it was, because even like what we're hearing right now, it's almost as if we have this beautiful melody that's kind of reaching out with these quarter, half notes and stuff like that, and are just connected, the notes are connecting through, so beautiful flowing. And so that's the principal melody, but in the guitar right now, I'll go back a little bit. Listen to what the guitar is doing. The guitar is really kind of meandering around in its own life. It has its own little arrangement and counterpoint kind of melodic vibe there. But before that, the guitar was in a strumming pattern. I was like, oh God, that is a real guitar. Okay. Just it sounded a little weird at the beginning to me. I don't know why, but let me go back a little bit. Listen to the meandering of the guitar here on your right side of your cans. You hear it? I don't know why I just heard Madonna there. Now you can really hear that kind of that airy ambient pad that I was telling you about. That kind of ooh kind of vibe. I noticed some people had dropped in there that has a little bit of a Fleetwood Mac kind of vibe. I totally agree with you with that. To me, a lot of it had to do with kind of the straightforward shaking of the tambourine, and there was that gallop motion in the bass composition. So, and that was a constant in the basic arrangement in the Fleetwood Mac track you guys were making reference to. But I really this track for me was really nice. Actually, I was thinking about what does this remind me of? And when you guys chimed in with Fleetwood Mac, I was like, oh yeah, that's what the vibe. But I have to say my favorite part of this track was the vocals. A great, beautiful harmonies. The composer didn't feel like the composer was trying to impress. That's just an inside thing. Composers, flex on things, that other composers go, did he just do that? And because I don't know what hack is, so I guess that's the name of the anime. But because I noticed some people were having some conversations here about hack. Excuse me. This was another great listen. This track, you know what this track actually did for me? It reminded me of music I had written in the 90s. In the style of. I was like, oh man, I remember producing tracks similar to this for the music libraries. And it kind of like, it's nostalgic for me sometimes, even though I don't know anything about the composer or what the music is married to, whatever. I've been in this crazy universe with my little snow globe of an existence as a composer long enough to be able to go, wow, that's great. I haven't done anything in that capacity or, in such a long time, Oh, it's pronounced .hack. Oh, I'm sorry. I see. Yeah, unapologetically. I like the way you said that. Very well said. Guys, I cannot believe I'm going to... Oh, by the way, N45800, thank you again. Fist bump. Guys, I cannot believe this, but this is my last track of the donation request. I am going back now, and I'm grabbing some of the $50 donation folks now and be setting up next week time for people to do their Zoom reaction with me. And for those of you who didn't know what that reward was, it was for $50. I actually invite you on a Zoom. Get to know you, say hi a little bit, we talk bubbles, and then we actually do a reaction together. Now, whether or not you want me to post it on a channel is totally up to you. I would never just assume that's what it is. And I would send you that file. You keep it, you do what you wish with it. But if you wanted to, I would put it on my channel, which I'm actually thinking of doing that maybe in a little bit, just to make some extra dough. A little grip of cabbage, as surfers like to say. I think that'd be kind of fun, right, to offer that. I think we've talked about this here before. But anyhow, excuse me. But yeah, this is my very last one. For all of you that are still here, there's 76 of you folks here. Probably only 15, 20 of you in on our conversation. But I'm at the end of my reaction session for the Maui food bank donation, and I'm just over the frickin' moon for what we achieved here. So this last one comes from somebody who also gave a very generous donation. I hope he's with us. Groovin Goon, are you here? Groovin Goon. Yeah, this was the original Thoughtonomic. This is actually my 4th session in recovering from an 8-hour fundraising for the Maui Food Bank. And hey, there's Groovin Goon. How's it? All right, sup, Groovin? So that's what this was. I think 3 weeks ago I did 8 hours to raise funds for the Maui Food Bank. And needless to say, I had a mile-long list, so I've had to come on, probably this is my 5th makeup session. because I can only pull it off so much. And so that's what this was all about. So Mr. Groovengoon, you are my final addition to this fundraising event. Thank you so much for that super generous donation. This goes a long way as well. And also thank you for coming back and hanging out. I know you were like the last one that came. You snuck in under the wire. So I can't thank you enough for being here. And then after this, guys, I'm done. We'll talk story briefly before I dig out, but I'm going to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow we get ourselves back into like, all right. Now we're going to have a different kind of fun tomorrow, but I will be back. So, but right now for Groovengoon, I see a link, I click it. Everybody here on the chat, Groovengoon is having me do Sonic Adventure 2, Keys the Ruins. Is that it? Sonic. Remind me again, guys. This is the Hedgehog, right? The Hedgehog game, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic. Oh, okay, great. So really quick, guys, before I do this and take a quick sip of coffee, I never played this or know much about it. Is it a little bit like Crash Bandicoot? I mean, is it one of those games where you're driving things or going through mazes and stuff like that and collecting coins? Is it something like that? Oh, this one kind of is. Oh, early Mario's. Okay, Magic Spark. Oh, I see. They kind of shifted. Okay, it's not a kart racer. I guess maybe I should try it. He run fast. Oh, they shifted. Okay. All right, guys. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm saying this. My final song reaction for the Maui Food Bank, courtesy of Groovengoon, is the track Keys the Ruin, Pyramid Cave, Sonic Adventure 2. Let's do this. All right. Wow, rootsy. Real trippy shift on me there. I like how they slipped in on us there a little bit of that the steel drum kind of the Caribbean vibe, kind of tropical vibe in there. That drum kit, man, is old as F sounding, and it sounds great. I love the nostalgia in the sound. Great riff. Is that not a freaking catchy ass riff that they started up us with? And I also like the laid back aspect of the lead the guitar's playing. There's a lot of chord changes in here that make you kind of stretch for your like chiropractor, like not chiropractor, but a chiropractor. I knew you'd laugh, Chiru. it kind of makes you going and all of a sudden, oh, what was that chord change? Where the hell what was he thinking there? Why did he do that? Like as a composer, I'm figuring if you're watching the game and stuff like that, you have some liberties to play outside of the box. Just wondering if there was something that associated with that weird change, like going, hey, what the hell happened there? I love that organ back there. I love that riff. Right here. This section is giving me a little Uji. I don't know why. A little phase shifter guitar rhythm going on now. That 007 riff. Weird addition right there with that. Groovin' Goon, we all have completed the Maui Food Bank fundraiser reaction donations. And thank you for being the last one. What a journey. What a freaking journey. I loved every bit of it. And yeah, look, everybody, this is, yeah, it was a perfect last song, without a doubt. I mean, if you're going to do this, we're doing this for everybody here, you know, that's still hanging out here. It was for such an incredibly important, passionate, powerful thing that we all did and put our time and energy into it. Once again, as long as we're continuing doing this, I want to continue doing this for Turnip, 1 a.m., and I'm a Sneak as well. They're my digital Three Musketeers. You know, and help me out with everything from my Discord server all the way through the technicals. We even had a little glitch during the 8-hour donation stream where, you know, they kicked in and did some other stuff on the side to help resolve it and stuff. So, yeah, this was just absolutely so freaking cool. And we are officially done. I mean, I still have some homework I got to do. I have some other folks, like I said, the Zoom content that I have with some of the rewards and stuff. But this was great. I kind of feel, even though it's over, I kind of not. I'm slightly slipping into a little postpartum right now. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not dilated anymore. Doctor's going, okay, sew him up. Anyhow, yeah, that was great. And oh, there's some people who I haven't seen. Messi 779, thank you so much. Margie Zoni 66, thank you so much for dropping in and saying Sokuth, Crossface Buffalo Wing, Wanderiana. All you guys, just absolutely insane.